some of the most interesting people I have met have the most colourful pasts. You know, I was born in 1970 and I was brought up in a lot of times that these days now, I don't know. Uh, there's so many different things happening. But anyway, I'm not going to touch on that because it's not what this is about. I grew up in a time when it was like, you know, people with tattoos are bad and people with piercings are bad and people in motors who, you know, ride motorbikes are, you know, whatever, and people who've done this or that and something else, right? And so I grew up with quite a few prejudices, I realised. Later in life I realised this. And it causes you to think differently and approach life differently and see people differently because you're already putting up all these barriers and all of these assumptions you're putting onto people, right? And so what I have realised in the later part of my life when I really let that go and just I don't see people as I see people as energy. I don't see people as black, white, green, grey, tattooed, not tattooed. I don't see any of that, right? I just see people as energy, and their energy is what shows through to me. And the most interesting people I have found are those people who are tattooed, who ride motorbikes, who, you know, who have led colourful lives. Why? Because they have lived, right? Because they've dared to push the boundaries, because they have tried stuff. Yes, they may have failed. Yes, they may have done stuff. Yes, I know so many people who have redone their tattoos because what they got in their, you know, teens and 20s and maybe 30s don't fit now and all that sort of thing. But they have stepped outside what life told them you had to be, and they have defied the persona. Here comes the sun again. This happens every time I film. They have defied the persona that society put on them that said, if you do this, this and this, then you're in this box. And if you do that, that and that. I've met some amazing people who've been to jail, who've done some things that they learned their lesson. They went to jail, they haven't done it again. But they are the most interesting people. And they aren't scared of their shadows. They aren't scared of their darkness. They aren't scared of the things that society says are wrong, bad. And if you ever do that, you'll never change. Don't be friendly. I'm encouraging you to live a little. I'm not saying do things that are criminal. I'm not saying do things that are like, please use your like perspective here in your brain. But the most colourful and amazing people are the people who have lived. Get to your 50s, 60s and 70s and be that colourful person rather than the person sitting on the other side that now gets to this age, and I've seen it, and is resentful of those people who have lived. Life is us, for us, to explore things, to do things. We're here to live. Let's start living. Let's stop judging. Let's just be our individual greatest selves. Okay, love you.